Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's your man, Jay True North, bringing you a quick little video here. So, everyone's looking forward to Verdansk coming back and having that nostalgia factor. It's going to be good. A lot of people will probably come back and give it a shot. We'll see the changes what they've done, if they can bring those players back and sort of keep them. Because remember, a lot of the changes they've done has, in my opinion, has been towards full-time gamers and sweats, and the Battle Royale on the large map no longer feels even close to a BR. Even when it dropped in 2020 during COVID, during its peak. Why? Because COVID was happening at the same time. That's why the numbers were so inflated. But when it dropped, it had that sort of BR Call of Duty mixture feel to it, which everyone sort of just enjoyed and loved, and it sort of felt right. And then as they moved forward, things started falling off the rails and they tried to do too much. And now when you play, like, it's not a BR. You don't have to worry about trying to position or rotate or, okay, we got to try to get our loadout, or, oh, I got to buy back, or I have to be more cautious with my life. It's basically now a multiplayer or sort of a resurgence mode on a large scale map. Rebirth even is massively, like, you're having sweats drop in from you because they just take a balloon or fly over and just land on you. A lot of the player base has disappeared because of that aspect. It was just like COD sort of went down in numbers. They won't admit it, but when they had the wall run and the jetpack, the numbers dipped. That's why they went back to boots on the ground, because the player base, that's where the percentage is. Yeah, cool, you stream, you're trying to make content, you want to make clips, and you're doing all this. That's not the main player base. The main player base are the people that log in for a few hours on the weekend. If they're lucky, they might log in a couple times during the week. It's not the people that are making content and making money off of this without paying any royalties. Those players and people that are just playing 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, that's not the player base. They may draw eyes to it, they may open us up to stuff, but that's not the player base. So hopefully they're able to bring back sort of the core player base, and then you see people not complain so much about skill-based matchmaking being so tight, because who do you think's playing right now? It's just like when an update drops. People complain, oh, they cranked up skill-based matchmaking. Who stays up till 12 in the morning waiting for an update to happen to a game? I'll give you two. Streamers and full-time gamer sweats. Your average casual player-based player isn't staying up till 12, 1 in the morning to have a 30-minute download potentially on a new update to try to play it. It's the content creators, the full-time sweats, trying to be the first one on, trying to be the first to do this and that, trying to break those molds. But with that said, if they bring it back, weapon leveling and all that is going to be a main factor in a contributing. The kilo, which you basically get for free by just logging in right now, before, like, the game's about to drop in like 13 hours, I believe, when I'm making this. When you see this video, it's probably going to be less. Maybe the game's even already out, sorry. But with that said, everyone's worried about the weapon leveling, because if you have all these players coming back and they're stuck with weapons that are 0 and you're going up against the sweats and the full-time gamers that basically have all the weapons unlocked and max prestige and all this other stuff, you're going to just turn away all those returning players right off the hop. So something I did notice when I was in here looking around, playing with the customization loadouts and whatnot. So in here, I got the kilo attached. If we go in here to assault rifles, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is new. So we got all the Black Ops 6 weapons. We got the kilo you get for just logging into the game, basically. We got the AMAX returning, which is part of the Battle Pass. The HDR is also part of the Battle Pass. I didn't look to see if it was free or it's you buy the battle pass, and at some point you unlock it in the battle pass. I didn't look at that, so don't quote me on that. But a massive win, if it is true and it's not just some glitch right now. Up here, we got Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Modern Warfare was 2019. The OG weapons from when Verdansk was around during 2020, when everyone was in lockdown, stuck in their house with nothing to do, people were playing Call of Duty. That's the first game I got Damascus on the weapons. Normally I get like 1 or 2 gold weapons. This time I had Damascus. Why? Because I was sitting at home with nothing to do because of the lockdowns. Just like many of my buddies and friends, after the first 2-3 weeks, everyone sort of treated it as like a holiday at the start. But once we got into month 1, month 2, month 5, people were looking for something else to do. And we had people that were jumping into Call of Duty just to hang out and chat and catch up with people that they normally would see at work every single day and all that stuff. They were jumping in. I remember people bought Modern Warfare 19, and we had private multiplayer lobbies where we had waiting lists for people to get into the lobby. That's how many people we had playing at the time. Many of them didn't leave the game. They got busy with life once COVID lockdowns started to trickle and open back up and eventually disappear. Guess what? They went back to work. They have kids, all that stuff. Most of them aren't coming back. I have one buddy who's already lined up. We're playing Friday night. We're dropping in. I might have a stream going then. We'll find out. And I got another 2-3 buddies that are potentially hoping to drop back in. But they have lives now. Like, everyone forgets that during 2020, yeah, all the streamers, all the content creators, all their videos, all their streams had these massive numbers. Why? Because people were sitting at home with nothing to do. There was no live TV happening. Any sports leagues that were happening were petered out and disappeared. They weren't as much. Any new TV shows weren't really happening. New movies, they weren't really happening. You had people doing nothing. You couldn't go to the bars. You couldn't really do a whole lot. So people were going to video games. So with that said, if this is true, and I get my M4 back, because I'm pretty sure this is the M4A1, even though it's a bit of a different name, I get that back with max level, it's going to be amazing. And then you got the other ones in here. You got the Ram 7 in here. I'm pretty sure this is my buddy. I enjoyed when we had this meta during the OG Verdansk days. I enjoyed it. We got the AMAX coming. The Kilo we got as well. The Growl, I'm not sure if it's under a different name. Let me know in the comment section down below, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe they have plans for later, and I didn't look at the Battle Pass roadmap for this. Maybe it's later in the season, or maybe it's season 4 that they're going to bring back. Who knows? Or maybe it's under a different name in here, and I just can't recognize it. But that's going to be amazing if it does. And then SMGs, same thing. We got the C9, which is sort of the MP, which is the Lockman Shroud, sort of along those lines. That meta that we had for probably too long back in the OG days. But this is a massive win. If some of these, they don't have to be broken meta. They just need to be able to compete in said meta. Some of them. Not all of them are going to be perfect. Some of them are going to be broken at some point. One of these will be broken or something. We'll probably have one of these that acts as a sniper rifle and shoots you across the map. And we'll probably have broken marksman rifle like the Kar 98. Someone's going to shoot you from a hip across the map, and then people are going to accuse them of cheating, which they probably are at that point if you're hip firing the Kar 98 as if it's a shotgun. But yeah, this is a massive win. Massive win if this is true. And they're able to compete. If they just bring them back and you got like sort of max level or them leveled, and they're not sort of in that meta almost conversation, in the meta or close to that conversation, if they're junk, that's a different story. But if they can compete and potentially be in that meta conversation, we are off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen, if this is true. And then there's some other life changes and whatnot that they're also bringing back. Pistols, same thing. I would like a snake shot meta at some point, just like a shotgun meta at some point. Like, yeah, I get it, people don't like it, but it is nice to have that variety, and having a shotgun meta for like 3-4 weeks, like half a season, isn't a bad thing in my mind. We end up having marksman rifles and snipers that sort of come and go, ARs drop off, and then you got SMGs that come in and take their place as the meta and all that stuff. Shotgun, if there's a shotgun for half a season meta, can't be broken. Don't get me wrong, can't be broken. But a shotgun that does its trick, if you're running around on the big map of Verdansk with a shotgun, and it only is good for 10, 12 meters, it's not the player's fault that has the shotgun that you died to that player. That player has a weapon that is only good for 10, potentially 12 meters on a map that is over 1,000 meters. So that comes down to sort of you. Remember, everyone has different sort of play styles and all that good stuff. And remember, just because someone kills you on a roof doesn't mean they're camping. It's called positioning. It's a power position. You take it up. If you don't like that, then how about we open up shipment? Everyone loves shipment when it's 24/7. And people don't even want the shipping containers on there. They just want an open map to just point blank and aim and shoot. That's how sometimes brain dead the community is. But that's a different story. And you got all these stuff in here. Shock charges. So we'll see. We will see how the game plays once it comes out. Operators. Again, we got some operators in here. Rick wasn't this season. Black Ops 6, was he? Huh, interesting. Daryl? Interesting. I'm trying to remember what game he was. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's what it's looking like. There's a bonus XP going on, and I believe it continues. Let's see. Yeah. Bonus XP event happening for the first weekend of OG Verdansk dropping. So hopefully there's very little bugs. There's going to be little things here and there. That's okay. As long as they communicate or try to fix them fairly rapidly, it will be good. If there's massive game-breaking sort of bugs, like people getting under the map and they don't fix it for weeks, that's a different story. But if there's little things here and there, I'm okay. The vast majority of the player base understands that. So there you have it. 13 hours left, coming soon, returning to Verdansk. There will be some water that you can sort of go into. I don't think it's swimming. I think it's sort of like the knee deep type. I can't remember. I have to read their blog again. But yeah, double XP is going to be massive the first weekend. So if you get the kilo, I'm predicting, and some others are saying that the kilo will probably be in the meta. It would be a smart thing to do to try to maintain and keep your player base by having the free weapon that you're giving everybody be part of the potential conversation for the meta. So we will see. I will be dropping in. I'll probably be streaming on Friday. So I will see you all there. And remember, stay safe. And as always, have fun.